With me today is my co-host, Vita. Hi, Vita.
Hi.
Are you ready to talk about Botox?
I so am. Is my forehead moving?
No.
How much movement do I have today? I get nervous when I move.
So you look great.
But you want a little bit of movement.
You look great. You know what I've heard recently? That a lot of people are kind of shying away from Botox and starting to use the taping method.
Oh, F the taping. No. Remember I did this?
I know.
I'm one of them. I'm one of these assholes. I went on Instagram and I saw all these people that were like, I don't get Botox. I tape my face, blah, 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 blah. And it went with my whole wellness thing. Like, I don't like eating the chemicals. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop injecting botulism in my body for 3 months. Well, let me tell you something. It failed me. First of all, the face tape gave me a rash.
I'm sure.
I looked like an asshole when I went to bed. I was like, my husband would look at me like I had 10 heads. I'd have like all this tape all over my face. And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, wait a minute, like, why do I look so tired?
Ladies, it really doesn't work.
And then it's because I haven't been injected in 6 months. And thank goodness my injector, who is a surgeon, happens to be one of my really good friends. And I texted her at like 6 o'clock in the morning and I was like, I'm really sorry, but can you see me today?
So how many units did you have to put in since you stopped for 6 months?
So let me start with how many units I generally get.
Okay.
So I started injecting, I want to say around 31, and I only needed 12 units. I was a baby.
After the 6 months?
No, when I was 31 years old.
No, I know. I'm talking about
yeah.
after you stopped for the 6 months.
I started at 11, 12 units. I think I generally get about 27 units, and we did 36 last time.
Okay, so you needed more.
We did Dysport, so it was, more than that, but it was the equivalent of 36 Botox units.
So I don't
do
use
Dysport or
Botox.
Dysport?
I use Dysport.
Okay.
So Botox really doesn't last for me. My body metabolizes it so quickly. So I use Dysport, and I really don't do it that often anymore. And if I do, it's like a couple units here and there because I go to my injector once a month. So once a month, she checks my face to see if I need a little bit of lip filler, or if I need a little thread, or if I need a little bit of Botox. So I don't really get a lot of units at one time, maybe not even more than 10, because I go so often. So I'm not that person that just goes like once every 6 months to see the injector.
Okay, so I am the opposite of that. I don't go in between. I will do a follow-up to make sure everything's okay after an initial injection. But we do every 3 months or every 4 months, just depending. Sometimes when I'm thinner, I need it a little more often. I don't know why that is, but I've just noticed for myself, the thinner I am, I generally need it closer to every 3 months. Sometimes I can go over 4 months. Also, it depends on how rested I am. Where do you need it the most?
Me, so I usually do up in the forehead area. I stopped doing above my eyes because now I use little mini threads.
Okay.
Just for a little bit of lift.
Do you
so
get
I don't use the
11s?
Botox. Yeah, so I do that.
For those of you who don't know, can you explain what an 11 is?
You're talking about in this?
Right here.
Oh,
When you're in the
glabella?
lines here. So I get basically the number 11 on my forehead, but I only get half an 11. It's 1. I'm really paranoid about my 11s. It's one of those things that I don't know if I see it more or if the outside world sees it as much as I do, but it really bothers me. So the second I see an 11, I'm like racing to the injector office. So you said you were not injecting right here, you're getting threads?
So I'm getting mini threads.
So
We're just a
what's a mini
dissolvable
thread?
suture.
Okay.
And they come in different sizes. So I do the mini ones, which doesn't hurt. It's just a little bit of lifting instead of using Dysport here. I just use the mini threads. And I might just do one at a time, 1 to 2, not a lot. And then I'll use Botox in the regular places, around my eyes, forehead, sometimes around my mouth, but those are tricky
Do you lip
spots.
flip?
I don't think it works.
So for those of you that don't know, can you explain what a lip flip is?
So the lip flip is they're just injecting Botox to lift your lip in an upward position. I don't think it works. I've tried it. I like using filler to create less space between the bottom of my nose and the top of my lip. I've tried the lip flip. I don't think it works.
Okay,
Have you tried it?
I have not tried it. I haven't messed with my lips. I do get Botox in my chin to avoid the puckering.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? I don't think I can do it. It's funny. I took my daughter when she was an infant to swim lessons. I've never been so embarrassed. And they asked me to blow bubbles. And I couldn't do it. I was like, my lips don't do that because it was all the Botox in my chin. It's one of my finer moments.
So you just have to be very careful though when you're injecting in around your mouth in certain areas, because I've done this before where somebody had injected and then I couldn't even drink properly. Like water's
Really?
like spitting water out of my mouth. They just injected it wrong in the area and
I mean,
that happened.
here's the thing. I feel like Botox is such an entry procedure and you can find it anywhere. You can literally find it at the hair salon in some places. And I think people forget that this is botulism. You're injecting botulism into your body, so you need to go to somebody who knows what they're doing. What do you think about
100%.
all these random places? Do you think they should, like, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't think you should be able to go and get certified in a weekend to inject somebody's face. I think you need a lot more experience. So I think if you're looking for somebody to inject, you need to be very careful about who you pick, what are their reviews, how long have they been in practice, did they have more than just 1 weekend of experience
like,
getting certified?
I go to a Hopkins trained surgeon. I mean, yes, this is extreme, but she knows what she's doing and I trust her with my face. And I think that's something you have to think about too, like your comfort level with your injector, right?
I've seen so many people end up with the droopy eye from being injected too low. So the person that's injecting, they have to know the structure of the face. They have to know where to place the Botox because you can't have areas on your face where you're drooping or you're uneven, one side's hanging lower than the other. And that can happen very easily.
Also, something to think about is when you go to these random places, a lot of times they water the Botox down.
Yes.
Like that's a real thing.
It's very important when you go, you want to watch them. If they're transferring the Botox into the syringes, you want to watch them. You don't want them to come into the room with the syringes already filled because a lot of times they'll water the syringe, they'll add extra water. So it's not obviously as effective. So when you think that this is going to last for 6 months, it may only last for 2 months.
And don't go on Groupon to get Botox.
Definitely not.
Like that's such a thing.
Not Groupon.
Yeah, remember there was like all these Groupons for Botox.
Or
And it's
Botox
like,
parties.
This is a medical procedure, people. This isn't just going and getting a manicure.
And Botox parties.
Yeah, Botox parties. Yeah. Like, and you shouldn't be drinking while you're getting Botox.
Absolutely not. You
Like,
should not
why
be
are
drinking
you
alcohol
drinking and getting
while
a
you're getting
medical
Botox.
procedure? Like, I mean, in what world is that a good idea? And shame on you, doctors, that promote that.
It's crazy. Honestly, it's absolutely crazy.
Go to a real doctor.
Or a PA.
Or PA. PAs are great too.
I love my PA.
PAs are incredible. I do not want to discredit PAs because PAs have a ton of training and really they're injecting all day. So they know what they're doing. I don't want to discredit PAs. I don't want to discredit nurses. However, I do want to discredit random people that have no clue what they're doing and don't treat this as a real
and got
medical
their
procedure.
certification in a weekend.
At what age did you start Botox?
I started in my 30s.
Okay. Are you good with that decision?
Yes.
Do you feel like you made
No,
that
I'm
choice?
definitely good with that decision. I started in my 30s. I don't see why a young girl in their early 20s, 25 needs Botox. I don't
agree.
understand.
I remember having these babysitters that would come into my house and they're like college girls using their babysitting money to get Botox. Like that's just, ugh. It's like, don't do it.
No,
like
there's
you
no
don't
reason
need
for
it. It's funny, when you look at old TV shows with teenagers, their faces move, but now when you look at TV shows, so many times these actors that are playing teenagers, their faces don't move anymore.
Well, they're older probably.
Yeah, they're
playing
older
it younger,
too, but it's
some of
just
the younger.
interesting.
It's very important for all of our viewers to know that get Botox or Dysport if this is what you really want to do, but be very careful where you go, who the injector is, watch them put the Botox into the syringe, and make sure that they have the proper credentials because it is your face and you want to make sure that you're going to somebody very experienced and not somebody because they seem like they're a little bit less expensive than somebody else. Just be very careful. If your loving party's over, check out my best-selling book, From Bullshit to Botox, for a whole lot more. We've got Spicy Murray coming up next. Don't go anywhere.